What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Chris behind the camera, and you're looking at a 2026 Ride Red CRF450R that's transferred into a Eddie edition, what we like to call the CRF E. Not a WE, an EE. You like that? I came up with that.
I did. That was good.
Right.
Quick.
Okay, so we did a Racer X online video garage build. It's about 25 minutes long, so if you want a huge portion of that, you can go to racerxonline.com probably in the next few weeks. But we're just going to touch on a few things that Eddie did to this build, and maybe that can transfer over to your bike if you want. Look at $10,000 motorcycle, adding parts. I get it, but if you're a vet rider and you want to add some things and make your Honda a little bit better, I did ride this today, and I wasn't unhappy with riding a Honda. Usually I'm not stoked on riding a Honda here at Glen Helen, but today was actually I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. So all right, so if you're dreaming about carbon fiber, titanium, I said on the intro that you may be hiding from your wife the things that you look at on your phone just because you're going to spend money. This is this guy right here. What'd you do to this thing?
So from production, we felt there was a couple of things that we wanted to improve on. So just to kind of run down everything we've put on the bike, obviously 23.5 offset ride engineering triple clamps. This is a new version where he's actually removed some material out of the top and lower clamp to make it a little more forgiving. Generally, most of these triple clamps you put on your bike, X-Trigs, and even some of the power parts ones, kind of you get a stiff feel out of them.
Rigid.
Yeah, it gets pretty rigid.
Well, you're going to notice that kind of stuff, guys. If you do go an aftermarket clamp and it is stiff, the edge of tire, you'll have deflection, slap down landings through your hands right here will be harsher. So those are the things to look for in your clamp. You shouldn't get a lot of added rigidity, harshness when you go to a clamp. You should try to mimic as much, if you're an older guy, mimic as much of the stock character, because there is a lot of R&D involved in a stock clamp. So when you go to a clamp, just make sure you're not adding rigidity.
Yeah, and in most of our garage builds, when we do it, that's kind of what happens. You know, like you end up tuning yourself out of a bike that's pretty comfortable because you want to put something that looks cool. So
that's the thing. Everyone gets cool shit,
yeah,
and it looks awesome,
right?
But it actually makes the bike ride shitty. Yeah. So two things that I really wanted to add on this bike. Obviously, we went to 23.5 offset. That was a performance reasoning. These clamps are there. Is obviously, you know, a Honda likes to turn, so we wanted to tame that down a little bit. So we went with from the 22s to 23.5s. And then the next thing I usually put on my bikes that tunes it out of comfortable is the wheels. You end up with these big heavy-duty spokes and these you know, A60, like XL A60 hoops. They're really rigid. They're stiff wheels. So I actually went with a stock rim, stock Honda spoke with a faster USA billet hub. So that we didn't lose anything there, and we gained what would look like a factory part, you know? Right. So that was the next. Those were the two main. And then the third, obviously, is the Yoshimura tie exhaust system. I don't know that I would, outside of an Akrapovic, that's probably the only other muffler I would run on a Honda. Very well built. Yoshimura makes good muffler packing, actually lasts in these things. Look at other companies make great products, but maybe not last as long. They stand behind their product. Akrapovic is another brand. Like, I pay my own money for an Akrapovic. That's how well built. I don't have to screw with the packing. I can just run it, and I'm not repacking it every 10 to 12 hours. So Yoshimura does a good job with it. And the color is just clean looking. Yeah. That'll even turn more purple once we start really riding it. Enzo on the suspension? Yep, Enzo suspension, fork and shock. Lower tubes are being coated by Precision Works. The upper tubes were Cerakoted by SC Coating. So that's different for me. I usually do an anodizing on the fork tube, but I've been having some issues with supposedly the cleaners we're using, the soaps, as harsh on the material, and it's fades them out. It gives them, kind of makes them blotchy looking. So I said, well, let's try this and see what happens with this one. So obviously I haven't washed it yet, so it has a different color to it. It's like a duller gold almost. It's supposed to mimic like the KYB Kashima coated, but I started doing that. I'm sorry, guys. That's just a habit. Get excited. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a little lighter than like a Kashima coat, but it's different, so I like it. Yeah, it looks good. And you got some other
Yeah, so FCP engine mounts.
Colors
Obviously,
here.
that really helps the chassis.
That's like a candy apple red right here. I don't know if you guys can see that on the TV, but
it's definitely like a metal flakish candy color.
Cerakoted there. That looks nice, right? Or is that kind of different anodized?
Nope, this is all Cerakoting. So like most of the bikes you Cerakote, it's for looks, right? And you want it to look factory. But on the Honda, I actually feel like it's an advantage because like we talked about in the Racer X video, after 15 hours of Glen Helen, this case right here is going to look like it's got 100 hours on it.
Pitted, right?
It looks, they start to lose their color, and I mean, it looks clapped out, to be honest with you. You could take a Honda here at Glen Helen in 15 hours and make it look like it's got 100 on it.
CMT USA, talk a little bit about that real quick.
Yep, so most people get CMT confused because there's two. There's one overseas and then there's one here in the USA. CMT USA that we used on this bike build is actually the same company that factory Honda runs on their bike. So that's why I picked him. I knew he had all the parts dialed in, perfectly fit, because if you're on Jet and Hunter's bike, you're gonna be good for the general public. So did a disc guard. We did the factory style skid plate that covers all the cases on the side, so you have a little extra protection. There is an ignition. He made a bracket that goes in here that remounts the ignition from here to here. I guess that was something that American Honda was really after. He has a guard that goes here, another shark fin guard that goes here, but you have to weld on two little tabs right here. And I just ran out of time to get those on, but once I get these welded, I'll do a video to show you. But it basically mimics the guard on the other side.
That helps, basically what that's going to do, guys, and it's up to you if you want that or not, but like it helps you squeeze the bike better. There's more surface area to squeeze with your boots.
Yep.
So that'll help grip, and it especially helps when you're locked into your bike and you want to manipulate your bike up and down without tapping the rear brake. You can lock into your boots a little bit easier and then manipulate your bike in the air, which is nice. But for
rear
a vet
chain
guy,
guide,
you're not worried about it.
Carbon rear chain guide, that won't last long here at Glen Helen, but looks cool.
You're still on a 16 shaft, by the way, so we didn't go crazy on the shock. There's a twin air power flow inside of there.
Yep.
We got the wheels, we got stock gearing.
Stock gearing just with rental, DID chain, DID 520 or T3 chain.
Yep. And then
only chain we run.
If you're not on an O-ring, then that's probably the best chain you're gonna get.
Carbon for rear master cylinder guard. This is the piece that you were talking about on the other side, so it basically mimics that on the other side.
So if you guys are going to ask me on the comments, where the hell do I get a hold of this guy? Look, you're going to go to CMT Custom Shop on social media, Instagram. You can DM there, or there may be a phone number you can try to reach out. But look, carbon fiber guys are hard to get hold of, dude. I'm straight up with you. They're normally just beautiful mind type of people, okay? And this guy does great work, but hit him up on social media, or I think he may even have a website, so check it out.
Pro peg, titanium foot pegs. Definitely need those because I got a size 12 foot, so I needed a bigger peg.
You can get open cleat or the third bar in there.
Yep.
He preferred third bar.
Close, yeah.
Moto hose.
Moto hose, just mainly for looks.
Renthal fat bar 827.
Nope, 39.
839? No wonder I like the bar.
Stock bar.
I was thinking, how do I like an 827? But
yep, stock bar.
Guess I don't know shit.
Works connection, aluminum. Throttle tube.
You got to cut a 1/2 inch off?
Cut a 1/2 inch off. It's got the bearing on the end.
Why full waffle?
I got a big hand.
No one's telling me anything right there.
Yeah, I got a big hand. Big hand, big grip. Nope, small down there. All works connection, trinkets. That's all for looks.
Pro launch device that he'll never use.
Nope, it's getting used.
He is never going to race again, so that is that's fake news what you're seeing right there.
No, it'll get used. I purchased this out of my own money just because I wanted to protect Adrian's clamps there. I didn't want them getting all roosted and beat up. So.
I concur. I buy my own cycler foot plates too.
Yeah,
I like the look of it. 1.1
stock. That's what HRC gave it to us with. So there you go.
All right. If you guys want to go to 1.8, that's granted.
Pro 6 feel.
Pro 6.
Yep.
VP T4 is, just so everybody get ready. Okay, the comments are going to light up. VP T4 has a new blend, updated blend that will not seize up your fuel pumps. This is what I've been told. I just picked up the pail, so if you guys want to reach out to me, you can. But there is a batch number that I'll try to put up on my website here soon that you need at least that batch number or newer. So we'll discuss that at a later time, but just wanted to give you guys a note.
complete Hinson clutch setup in it. So basket,
All right.
air pressure plate.
Throttle Syndicate did a good job.
Yep, throttle syndicate, graphic kit, seat cover, rib for her pleasure.
So now we got 10 minutes of fluff. You know what? We hear the crowd in the background, but we'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. Just relax. So really, basically on the track for me, it's obviously Eddie's suspension. But again,
Kind of.
yes, kind of. I'm not a big Honda guy out on the Southern California side of things. When I go back east to Georgia, I have a Works Edition that I love. Softer dirt, taller bumps.
Yep.
I love the Honda when you're locked into a rut. Here, you're on the edge of the tire. The chassis isn't the most comfortable chassis out there, but I will say when you add some suspension, you add the engine mounts, you add this muffler, because the muffler actually does help the chassis, and it just smooths out the whole bike. Plenty of power, but also very friendly. Much friendlier to ride than a Yamaha YZ450. Unlike in stock form where the Honda is very, what I call snatchy.
Yep.
Very grabby, on off. This is not like that. So
Yep.
very easy to ride. Still have to ride in second gear, but second gear is pretty long, and we didn't even put a Vortex on this one.
No,
this is stock ECU.
This is the first iteration of this bike. This bike's gonna evolve with some other parts on it, and we'll keep you guys up to date. But we have some race cups that we're gonna actually test back to back with these 23.5s.
How do we feel about that? You don't like it? See, the owner of the clamp company is right here, but we don't give a shit. We'll say we're gonna test something else and see if your clamp over there, sir, is better than the races. Are you confident in your clamp?
Yeah.
All right, you heard it. We're gonna do it.
So next step is Chad. We're gonna mess with some ECU stuff with Chad. So I didn't want to get too crazy, just because when I rode the bike stock, I really liked it. It was comfortable. Just for me, it just needed some suspension. And like I said earlier, I didn't want to tune myself out of a bike that I liked.
Yep.
So I just wanted to try to make it look like a factory bike, but keep that same comfort I had before.
So keep your excitement level up, because that's all you care about when you walk out in the garage.
That's
you
right.
want to look at a sexy motorcycle.
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to lose that
I'll
in
relate
a
that to
Honda.
people that are like me. It's like your wife or your girlfriend coming out of the shower. Very sexy, you like to look at it,
Yeah.
and you would wish that would just walk around the house like that all day.
Yep.
So when you go out in your garage, you want to see a sexy looking bike.
Yeah.
So this is where Eddie's at. Performance, I will say, is better. So unlike other Eddie builds, he didn't go overboard with this. I would say this is one of the better ones he's built. The clamps, even though the clamp guy is here, I will say it is quite a bit better, guys, than having a stock offset. So if you want a Honda that's more stable, I don't care where you live, I think you need that. Long ruts coming in the corner, or no ruts, square edge shit like we here at Glen Helen, these help. Adrian said he's gonna make 23 millimeters.
Yeah.
So this is 23.5. You're in the process of making a 23 offset.
Right.
So we'll talk about that here soon. We'll go do a review. He also makes replacement oversized rotors.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that actually, because in
Let's talk
the past I've used
Talk about it over here so he doesn't hear what we're saying about it.
In the past, I've used oversized discs on bikes, builds, and I felt like, obviously, if you've rode a Honda before, you know the Honda has a great front brake
So how are you going to sell this to me? How are you selling this?
So for me, like on a track like this, that's hard packed,
Okay.
and has steep hills,
All right.
I was really nervous that going with this front oversized disc that it was going to get more grabby.
Yes.
But it actually didn't change the initial feel. It
Okay.
just increased the power of it. So I don't feel like maybe
It's touchy.
in
It's
some
not
of these situations coming down the hill with the stock rotor, I would have to squeeze the lever a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Now I don't. Now it's very forgiving but powerful.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It's not grab it and the thing tucks on you right away.
Unlike oversized rotors, they do make stopping power better, but also grabbier.
Right.
You said more grabby, which I
It's-
understand, but grabbier.
Right, grabbier, but it's not to the point where it's twitchy, where like if you barely touch it,
Right.
the front end, it immediately locks. It still has forgiveness to it.
270 millimeters. Stock is 260 on what, Adrian?
Yes. On Hondas and on all the Austrian bikes, 260 is stock.
So if you're on a Yamaha, it's just a replacement rotor, because those are
Right, it's
270s.
the same size.
How
Same
much are they?
Same with Cali. The rotors are 120, but if you're doing the rotor kit with the hanger, it's 180.
Okay, 180 for the whole kit. If you're just replacement rotors, 120, which is cheap, honestly.
Yeah.
I looked up an OEM rotor. That's cheaper than an OEM rotor.
200
So,
plus.
again, if you guys are Honda guys, these are some of the builds you might want to follow. It's not that much, honestly. Like, besides the bling, you just want the performance side of things.
Do yourself a favor. You have two options. I just learned about the second option today, but please reroute your hydro clutch cable.
How do you do that?
So it's
Real
actually
quick, because we're running out of time.
With the stock one, it's pretty simple. All you do is lift the gas tank up, you know, because it comes up here and goes over this way.
Yep.
Just lift the gas tank up, feed it back through here. With the shroud off, you'll come around the frame here.
Okay.
And then you just loop it over the top here. You literally just have to pull the tank back. And then I just put a little electrical connector right there on the frame. Put a zip tie, so because this will want to stick way out here.
Yep.
And that'll pull it so you have enough room for when you turn full
Doesn't
lock.
hang up. Way cleaner looking.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys hit me up on how to do it, so that's basic. That's
Simple.
That's a quick tutorial.
And I believe Adrian also makes his own cable now too for this. So
If you want a braided steel line, we have one.
that'll
to
route
reroute
it
it.
like this.
Oh, to reroute it like that.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, well, there you go. How much is that?
60 bucks.
60 bucks.
Nothing.
All right. We got AT 82 front, 34 rear.
Yeah, this will tell you. This tire was brand new today. We put some time on this
I
bike.
got some time.
I think you rode it more than I did, actually.
I did. I enjoyed this thing.
Yeah.
Loved it. Red.
Thanks for getting you've got me closer to my 15-hour mark.
Any questions, hit up Eddie at keeferinctesting.com, EDDIE, and then the same goes for me, Chris, KRIS, at keeferinctesting.com. Happy to help you guys out if needed.
By the way, map 1 was the map for today.
I tried them all.
Okay, I stuck with 1.
I'm with one
was
as well.
mine.
I'm a map 1 guy.
Yeah, so stock ECU with map 1.
Nice power. Good job, Honda. Good job, Dudak. Ride like Jet. Buy a Honda. Okay, guys, that's it. We'll see ya. Gonna walk around real quick. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's get the YouTube numbers up. We'll do more of these. Cheers.